because you went.
Yeah.
She's got a nice, and then it cut out. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hello. Not everyone, but it was a quick half hour.
A quickie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, like it was. Luckily enough, though, I had the thumbnail sort of like. I had to touch it up a little bit. That's why I was a bit late. But
I spent a whole minute on that.
oh well, yeah. Well, yeah, I had to like thingy it. Yeah, give it a little touch up. Like you'll see what I mean when I show you.
All right.
Because like this is like the thumbnail that I use. Because I was like, oh yeah, I can do it in about. Because it usually takes me about an hour. Because like 20 minutes to half hour takes me to do a thumbnail. But this one it only took me like 5 minutes sort of thing.
Yeah, normally I like to take my time on the Scotty ones and spend 20, sometimes 40 seconds on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
I figured don't know if you can see, but
you missed the apostrophe, but hey,
shit.
your sword, the sword that belongs to you. Is this your sword, Scotty? Your sword sheets?
Yeah, I know. I know that was like, oh, I've got to do it because once again, great soyness. It's got Scotty and She-Hulk. What more can the thumbnail want?
It's peak sword. I'm surprised Scotford isn't here already to stake his claim on She-Hulk.
Yeah, well, he is.
That is much better than my Vulcan effort.
No, yeah. Well, like I didn't know like if you wanted to like bring that up, sort of like it.
Well, it's part of the ongoing chat about canon because there's a specific canon conversation about Star Trek because apparently Vulcan's got a moon, but Vulcan doesn't have a moon, but it needs a moon. It had a moon, it didn't have a moon. It's got a twin moon, a sister moon. I don't know, but they keep changing it. And see, canon's all about internal. I don't care if Vulcan's got a banana flying around it. And that's where Scotty comes in because Scotty's always like, my suspension of disbelief. Scotty, and everyone listening to Scotty talk about me, I have the greatest suspension of disbelief. I believe explosions in space. I can believe any old shit, talking animals. See, and that's my point. Suspension of disbelief. You can put what you want in your stories, but then don't change it next week, you fuckers. That's my point, Scotty.
Yeah, I think that's why he blocked you because you reminded him that, like, yeah, he's fucking grifting.
He's wrong. I've been reminded that his takes are bad.
Well, he's grifting in here a bit, you know. It's but like it could, but it is so like he's a bit of a grifter where he's like, oh, I don't care, because when you like don't care about the canon, it's like, well, you just grifting, aren't you? If you don't care about canon, you're just going to agree with anyone who you're talking to at the time.
Exactly, whoever's giving him free space on their show. Exactly, because Scotty's logic is canon doesn't matter because it's a story. And that's missing the point. It's screenwriting 101, day one. Canon's important because it's a story, because it's fiction, because it's all made up shit. And that's just Minder. If you go into science fiction and fantasy, thank you, then fantasy is even more beholden than regular fiction to documentaries, just as fiction is more beholden to reality than documentaries. The more wacky a story is, the more it needs to be grounded in fucking reality. Otherwise, the whole thing just flies off like an acolyte.
Yeah. No, like, there is that sort of like bit where when, as you say, it goes off like an acolyte in like with Casino Royale, the David Niven one.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, it's a bit. It's a total spoof comedy because it's a spoof comedy from the beginning, But when it gets to the end, that's when they're like, you know, they don't care. It's like, right, the film's ending. We'll just start doing crazy. It goes into
Like
every,
Return of the Jedi. Just doing
yeah,
the old shit.
yeah. The like at one stage they've got a seal, and not like the singer seal.
Navy?
No, it's
Not a Navy SEAL.
no,
Okay.
it's an animal seal, like and that's codename 007, and it's in a bar fight at the end. It's total like aeroplane sort of like
A seal
ridiculousness.
in a bar fight in a
Yeah,
James Bond. That's about as realistic as James Bond going 2 hours and not getting laid.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. When they don't think about canon, you know, then you
They
can have
don't
a
think about
seal.
ball.
Yeah, rock on, Tommy.
Exactly, rock on. So that's my message to all the writers, all the readers, all the viewers, all the pundits on YouTube. If you tell the folk that it don't matter because it's a story, then you got it wrong. It matters.
Yeah. Well, that's canon always matters, doesn't it? Because it's like you've got to have the realms of your fucking characters and that, because that's what people want to know. It's like if you start as they're doing, making fucking masculine fucking heroes into side cons, it's just total breaking the canon. It's like no.
Exactly, it's a double crime. One, you're breaking canon, and two, the aforementioned soy cunt bitches.
Yeah. Well,
Keep canon. If you got a canon full of masculine action, then don't change the canon to a bunch of estrogen farts.
yeah. Well, they want to emasculate men, and so they don't want any role models of masculinity.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to put that in. That's good for your scripts. We want masculine action, not emasculation action. That's brilliant.
Yeah, emasculation.
That's
Yeah.
great. More, less emasculation, more masculine. That's brilliant. You should put that on a t-shirt, Jens.
Hey, yeah. Well,
Probably.
like, yeah. Well, I think once you get like fucking so, because like it's like a halfway sort of like monetization where you can like thingy your shop and that you can get a shop.
A shop, like
Well,
Goop.
well, no, you basically just sort of like send off a design to like a t-shirt and
Oh yeah.
clothing company, yeah,
Oh yeah.
and like you can advertise your shop, even though it's not your shop, it's just your sort of like merchandise sort of thing.
Right.
But you don't make money off it, like because obviously you have to pay like for the t-shirt or hat or mug or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
And
material and the shipping, I
yeah,
guess, as well.
yeah, yeah, the printing and that. Although no, I don't think you'll pay for the shipping because I think sometimes the shipping, like they'll have to pay it. Sometimes,
And
but
they should, yeah,
well,
let them do the shipping.
yeah, and so you can like sell stuff and that, you know, and because if you've seen Mark Dice, he's always got like loads of t-shirts. He's always making new designs.
I've made a few t-shirts. It's worth doing. Maybe
Mm.
maybe there should be one for the Jens channel. Actually, we should do one for the Jens character, the I Heart Y. I Love York. That's your t-shirt.
Oh, Yorkshire.
Or love, yeah, but not York. Beg your pardon, Yorkshire, the entire county.
Yeah,
I love Yorkshire. I Heart Y.
yeah,
It's the new logo,
yeah,
folks.
yeah. Because it is a beautiful fucking county and that.
God's own county.
Yeah, but there is like a few fucking shithole cities and towns and that though. Because like you hear about Leeds.
Sophisticated. Well, I have now sophistication. I've been to Leeds.
Oh
You
well,
won't be catching me catching a bus in Leeds. Oh, it's a bit warm in here.
well, like there's been loads of Muslims and well, not even Muslims really. Just well, sort of like just well, I think they are sort of like Muslim is.
Well, it's not for me to comment. Actually, I think it was anyway. I'm not going to comment on the specifics at this time, but let's just say not a good time to be a bus driver in Leeds, or a bus for that matter.
Yeah, they're all rioting, and that cops are like to like calling.
Great footage of the police running away. That's always fun. I thought, who are they chasing? I thought, oh no, they're running away from the trouble.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, there was
But they did manage
there,
to arrest one woman who came out and said, "Stop burning my neighbourhood," and they went, "You're fucking nicked."
Yeah,
so another great PR blunder. So if you say to an officer, "Oh, you remind me of my lesbian nana," that's it. You're fucking nicked. But if you burn a bus, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. If you burn a bus and you got like 1,000 fucking of your mates
Comes with you.
Yeah, like that.
Although, actually, I've just been handed an update. Apparently, the person who allegedly burnt the bus, we can't comment until the trial, has been arrested, and he is currently in. I should hope he's in remand. Everyone took his picture. It's on Twitter.
Yeah,
the fucking for you.
Yeah, they didn't even wear a mask, and even if he did, it'd probably been recognisable.
So he didn't care. He must have had the note from the police going, "Yeah, you can burn the bus. We don't mind." But now, so yeah, now he's in trouble.
Yeah. Well, apparently it all started because some Romanian gypsies threw a child out of the window.
Well, apparently they were watching She-Hulk.
Oh no, they'd have thrown the telly out the window.
Well, that's true. You could just switch it off. Some people do get a bit. That's like an Elvis move, isn't it? Don't like what's on TV. Yeah. Shoot the TV. Elvis, you could have just switched it off.
Yeah, but if sometimes something really gets you mad, because one time I kicked in the TV because I got beat by Chong-Li on Street Fighter.
Leon Street Fighter?
No, Chong-Li, the bear.
Oh, Chong-Li.
Yeah. You're fucking ripping me off. It's like, fuck off. She called me and started doing them kicks. The bitch.
What, so you kicked the TV?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was one of them where I fucking, like, I had trouble doing the dragon punch sort of thing. Dragon punch uppercut. And I guess I could just uppercut it there. But I tried showing off on that. And because
this is in the video game, just for legal reasons. Okay.
Yeah. And because I couldn't do the fucking flying dragon fucking punch and that shit.
Crouching Yin's hidden dragon.
Yeah. Oh, it's all bullshit though. I used to piss it when fucking she used to fight fucking Zengrief. Zengrief's a sort of like 6'5" fucking Russian that wrestles bears.
I feel sorry for the bears already.
It's like one power slam and she'd be dead. Her energy should have just fucking just gone straight down. But
Nina Williams wins. Ha 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 ha.
That's just getting the people accepting men fighting women in sports.
I know it's a campaign that you've been really pushing for, Jens.
Oh yeah.
Maybe She-Hulk should be part of that campaign. Maybe She-Hulk should be going like, "I'm a bird and I beat up blokes every week, except I'm not actually a bird."
Yeah. Well, she has helped them with a dude now and again.
Yeah. Does Scotty know that She-Hulk's a dude in the acting department?
He does. Unfortunately for him, he does.
He still wants the toy. Is Jill still buying him the doll? I mean the toy. I mean the model. I mean the thing. 1/6 She-Hulk with wanking action.
Don't know, but it might be because Jill and Scotty came on and
as soon as I left.
Yeah, and then went off. Only on for like fucking 5 minutes. Don't even know why they bothered.
I heard that. I like that. They're kind of like a couple pretending not to be a couple, leaving the party separately. Like Scotty's like, "Oh, I've got to do something," and then Jill's like, "Oh, I've got to do a thing as well." Probably.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah. Oh, well, fucking Scotty's and all, whatever, isn't he? He's orbiting around Jill, hoping to get some fucking credibility, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I'm like him. I'm your Scotty, and you're my Jill, because I
No,
don't use
no,
my
no.
channel for broadcasts. I just go on other people's channels
No, but
and
yours
stuff.
got like, yeah, yours got fucking struck in it and took down, or
Yeah, I did have.
oh, isn't it?
All right, see, I declined the call to make sure. Like, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Well, you're back.
I am. Yeah, sorry, that was a call. I got to see. I declined the call because I'm live on air. Brilliant. Murphy's Law. I knew that would happen. Don't worry about it now, folks. Anyway, so back. Yeah. So that was the worst timed sleep ever. I passed out and I woke up and there was Scott. I was like, oh, I miss Scotty and Jill. No.
Yeah, I was surprised it came on.
Well, only because I wasn't there. See, look, I'm here now and
Yeah.
Scotty isn't. See how that works?
Oh yeah, well, Scotty does fucking know if he comes on, you aren't going to take his shit. Other side cunts will. They'll be like, oh yeah, Scotty, but you won't be. And like, I
Because
don't
I know how
really give.
writing
Yeah,
works. I won't
I
have
know.
Scotty. I'm like Scotty. All opinions are fine. I don't care about opinions. But when you're spitting facts, you got to spit facts. And the whole idea,
Yeah.
again, it's screenwriting 101. It's reprehensible. The lies he tells. Any writers out there listen to Scotty, they've
Yeah.
ruined their career before they've started.
I know you did a great fucking post, didn't you? Where is it?
I got other people. See, I got other people. People always disagree when I say it. So I got the
Yeah.
Quaff. Shout out the Quaff, a writer, an independent comic writer, who made his own statement about the validity and importance of canon. And then George R. Martin, even George R. Martin, he can't finish his books, but he knows all about canon.
Yeah.
But Scotty and Jill, of course, they agree on everything apart from Doomcock and whether Deckard's a replicant and whether Doomcock's a liar. But apart from that, Scotty and Jill agree on everything, including bollocks like canon doesn't matter. So I think Scotty and Jill are the last two people on Earth that think canon doesn't matter. So if they want to keep saying that, that's on them. As long as everyone else knows it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's a great man. Ignore canon, and the world you created comes apart like fucking soggy tissue paper.
Like soggy soy tissue paper dipped in soy drink, which ain't milk.
Yeah. And obviously, I responded with the fucking Trump correct. Which it is.
Absolutely is correct. So it's one of those debates that's almost a non-debate because I think almost everyone realizes that it's self-evidently true. But while we've got these holdouts, it's a opportunity for a fun discussion on YouTube. But that's the real point of today's show. When it comes to a real discussion on YouTube, Scotty's a bit buck up.
Yeah, they're only interested in having a debate when you're in the fucking chat, and so they don't have to fucking respond to any questions they don't like.
It's the most effective way to misrepresent what I say, and Scotty's very good at it. And that's why if it wasn't for young Jens, I would not be able to respond. See, that's the thing. When Scotty made his devious plan to misrepresent what I said so he could win an argument by not having me there, he didn't think of Jens with a channel. That's on 19 minutes.
Yeah, well, I say always fucking good to have you on that because like good debate and masculine debate. You know what I mean?
I like facts again because I don't debate opinions. I don't care what someone's favourite James Bond film is. It's a reasonably distracting discussion, but I like talking about facts. Who is James Bond? How many James Bonds are there? Is he a person or a code name? Those are the questions that interest me.
Average shaggers in films.
How many shags per movie or book?
Yeah.
And zero is not really acceptable.
No, that's fucking. Oh, that's the honestly.
But at least it wasn't a retcon. If they retconned and said, "Oh, he's a virgin," imagine if they made a James Bond film and went, "Yeah, he never got laid. He's a virgin." That
Yeah,
would be a retcon, folks. And then Scotty would be like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's all fiction." Ugh.
yeah. It's like, oh, as as long as fucking Tatiana fucking thingies in it.
Tatiana Vasavasale, or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Oh, that stupid fuck. Yeah, honestly.
So definitely not in. There's no season 2, and there's no cameo in Deadpool Wolverine. Correct?
Yeah, no chance. There's one of them where he fucking was so sort of like irritable that fucking there was going to be a season 2 for Scotty, but he was the only one, and Ryan Reynolds knew that it would have fucking turned off audiences. So yeah, he was like,
We prefer our audiences turned on.
yeah.
Mind you, who got the better viewing numbers? Was it She-Hulk season 1 or Acolyte season 1? They probably both had 2 viewers, Scotty and another Scotty.
Oh, I don't know. I think it probably like She-Hulk, I reckon. Because
maybe they should put She-Hulk on Vulcan as a kind of Star Trek crossover. And before anyone says that'd be ridiculous and it breaks the canon, yeah, that's my point.
yeah, fuck it.
If we can't decide how many moons Vulcan has, then why not have She-Hulk orbiting Vulcan as a moon? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Look up in the sky. It's a moon. No, it's She-Hulk. Welcome to Star Trek.
Well, yeah, Scotty would get that fucking doll.
There's 3 things that Scotty likes: green chicks, She-Hulk, and Star Trek. So if you put She-Hulk in Star Trek, he'd get a super boner.
Oh yeah.
And who could blame him?
Well, I can, because fucking She-Hulk's a dude.
There you go. That was almost a setup for a joke. But yeah, I can too. Not there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of ironic making a point of calling your character She-Hulk, and then suddenly, lady looks like a dude.
Yeah. Well, it's one of them where they know there is so many bitches out there. Scotty, that just love fucking strong masculine women that they had to get a dude to be that strong and masculine. Obviously, CGI'd it a little bit, so like you couldn't really tell it was a dude, but obviously...
I mean, it's a weird choice because there are female bodybuilders.
Yeah.
They show up in my Twitter feed sometimes.
Yeah, well, usually when female bodybuilders are, they are sort of like fucking roided up to fuck because they have to be, because you ain't gonna get that big being a woman.
But a female with steroids is still a female. I just, I mean, I guess, I mean, it wasn't really much of a controversy apart from your channel, the fact that She-Hulk is played by a man from the neck down. They should have given the job, well, I guess, to the most appropriate person. But if the job description is play a muscly green woman, then short finding a person that's actually green, surely muscly women is where you'd look. Maybe it's part of the culture war. Hire a man to take a woman's job.
Yeah, but usually what it is because them big bodybuilding women do loads of roids and all that shit. They usually fucking have like problems and that, and like fucking, and so usually these companies don't want to hire anyone that's too fucked up on roids that they're gonna, do themselves some damage and that mentally and physically, and so they don't want to be like, oh yeah, well she only did all them roids so she could play She-Hulk.
Careful taking those roids. Side effects may include twerking.
Yeah, Uh,
By the way, speaking of changing the subject without a segue, I caught a bit of Tony Stark, CEO, Stark of Iron. Check it out, everyone. And he was raving about the Yens show. He's loving the Yens. He's trying to nail your accent, Yens. He's trying to get on with the Yorkshire.
yeah, well, he fucking sounds camp as fuck.
Well, there you go. He's halfway there. He's nailed it already.
No. No.
Masculine action.
His fucking voice is like, hey, come on, let's talk really calm so the people out there don't get frightened because they're like side cunts. They want a nice soothing voice to hear.
Tony, that doesn't necessarily represent my opinion. The opinions of Jens are his own.
I know you're fucking loving Tony because I saw you was in his chat and that shit.
Tony will debate it. Tony, see, this is the thing. Tony will debate Scotty that Deckard's a rep. I mean, even Jill will debate Scotty that Deckard's a rep. See, this is Tony and Jill versus Scotty and Tiger Stripes. Is Deckard a replicant? I'd pay money for that. Pay per view.
Yeah, well, fucking, yeah. I bet because there's fucking not much going on, really, is he?
Not yet. I don't know. Mind you, there's a few things going on at Tony. Well, anyway, I can't talk about it for legal reasons. But whoa, Tony, you put on an exciting show and quite the backstage too. Woo wee! But I can't say anything else.
Well, I saw some of it, and it seems side as fuck, boring and all.
Well, there was a bit of I can comment because it was public. There was a bit of excitement in the chat. There was another YouTuber, you could say a member of the community. Some of you may have heard of him. I won't mention his name for legal reasons. Admiral Teague, and he was apparently blowing up in the chat, having a bit of an argument with our good friend Comic Relief Crusader. I didn't realise that Teague was in the chat because then I thought, oh, that's right. I've switched off his comments so I don't have to read them. And I thought, why is Comic Relief Crusader arguing with himself? And I was like, oh no, it's Teague.
Yeah.
But bless Tony, he tried to bring the peace, tried to keep it friendly, tried to reintroduce a sense of community.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, see, I've been out the look. No,
it was all like, hey everybody, let's all try and get along together and be one nice happy family.
Exactly, poor Tony. That's what he wants.
Yeah. Well, fuck Tony. He should know.
Well, if this is the masculine channel, then maybe Comic Relief Crusader and Admiral Teague should come on here, a neutral ground, to resolve their differences, since this is the channel that's known for masculine action.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'll fucking drop them the link if they wanted. Because I'll
put it in there.
Well, they're not. Well, they're not.
They won't come up.
I know. Best off sending it.
This whole show is really our attempt to give young Scotty, as well as the others, but young Scotty, an opportunity to actually speak of his opinions about canon and She-Hulk and other things. And it's more confirmation of what we knew, that Scotty is always unavailable when it's time for masculine conversation.
Yeah, well, as I say, they're all like in their echo chambers. That's why I saw the fucking Stark.
They're echo chambers, you're right.
Yeah, that's why I saw Stark. He fucking, oh yeah, I'll let everyone on after the stream's finished. Oh yeah, great. Let's just fucking sit back and talk. Fucking.
Oh, you don't want that kind of drama that was going on in public. Well, except here on the Jens, the fighting channel, where people come to argue.
Well, good job I didn't see it live, because I'd have fucking gone on in the back and called them all side cunts.
That actually, maybe you were needed. Yeah, well, yeah.
I let them show it. I said, I don't hang around with them. You know what I mean?
Admiral T, get on here, resolve everything. It'll be great. Well, hey, look, by the way, as we're approaching the half an hour, I've got to quickly I have got to make a call, but if you're still on, I'll come back. I'm literally going to be 5 minutes. Can you wait for me for 5 minutes and I'll come back? Good man.
Yeah.
All right. Right. I've got other responsibilities. Since I lost my channel, folks, I've got more responsibilities in the real world, 3D world. So I've got to go. I'll be back in 5 minutes or fewer.
Yeah,
so bye.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll show you that fucking. That's like sorry as fuck. Oh, no. One of them channels where it's like he just likes to read from the chat and that. Let some. I mean, like the captain, he used to like to read from the chat, but he'd have fucking guests on whilst he's reading from the fucking chat. So you know what I mean? You can have guests on, like I fucking do. All you gotta do is just fucking take 5 minutes out to just read the chat, and then have a like 5-minute, 10-minute conversation. And maybe like about 5 minutes worth of chat to fucking catch up on. But where was it? It was on my history. There we go. Yeah, Stark Saturday matinee, the after party. Oh, no, I heard that. Oh yeah, it was this song. Shit. I'll keep on. Yeah, just showing that a lot. Could be some wrong music in that. Anyway. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's what I needed.
New York, and it's almost as if the most radioactive individual in the entire community.
Hello. I didn't know Stark was born in an upper class English community.
To see you. Hail to Sci-Fi Sith Dan.
Oh yeah. And he fucking talks to Sci-Fi fucking side fucking commie bastard nation. It's like he could be the greatest guy in the fucking world, but I'm not gonna be fucking hanging around with someone who fucking hangs around with commie fucking side cunts. I was surprised fucking having but as it. Captain is a fucking. Oh. He's a member. But look at it. This is basically what the stream is. It like really have a chat. Hail! It's like fuck yeah. Oh.
It's regret it.
You are so side. No fucking wonder. You hang around. Well, that's what happens. But these side cunts love it, you know what I mean? Because like anyone who's fucking as venomous as fucking the crowd, like Stark, right? Considering he likes.
But they should wait until.
Calm down, John. Considering he's like campest Tony Stark ever. Like, I always find people who name themselves after superheroes and that they're far from it. You know, it's like anyone who tries to give themselves a really cool fucking handle and that usually right side cunts. They spent time and thinking, oh yeah, what would be the greatest? Oh, if I could be like fucking a Wolverine Hulk. Oh, that's it. Call me Wolverine Hulk. Yay! Hey, everybody, it's Wolverine Hulk here. Whoa! I guess you guys want to be like me, don't you? Because you think I'm fucking as powerful as the Hulk, and I have fucking... What metal is Wolverine's fucking claws? Is it titanium? I think it is. I've got titanium fucking claws. Whoa! Ain't I cool as fuck? No, you're a right side cunt. That's why you have to pretend you're someone who you're not. Oh, honestly. Oh, there we go. Captain's here.
I'm back.
Hey, Captain. Yeah.
I had to sort it out. You know what? I sorted it out because actually it's Tony. Tony's warned me about roommate problems. He said they'll steal your couch and nick your coins. So got to make got to be careful.
Yeah, I don't even like roommates. I like fucking... I'd like two mates stay over, but because they were staying at mine, it was sort of like roommates, but I had final say because I had to kick fucking one of them out after like 2 months.
For what? Watching She-Hulk?
No, for not fucking getting a flat. Because I said to him, I said, oh, you can stay at mine for about a month or two, but I said about after 2 months, if you haven't got yourself a fucking flat, I'm going to be kicking you out. So you better get yourself a fucking flat. Well, anyway.
So he did.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it came to like 2 months, man. Or no, I think it was a month. Because, me other mate, I let him stay 2 months, but that's because he had a bed. And so he was staying at mine and then at hers. And so he wasn't really at mine all the time.
Oh, a bird. Right. That's a female lady.
Yeah, no, he had a bed.
A bird. Yeah. He had his own right, so he'd stay with hers and then stay with yours.
Yeah. And so fucking I let him
like one night of mad sex and then back to his girlfriends.
Yeah. And I was like, fucking, you're not staying now, you're not coming back in. Then you stay at that fucking Blues' house. But yeah, well, anyway. He like fucking was hardly, well, I say hardly, he was about half the time at mine and half the time at hers. So he stayed like 2 months. But my other mate, he was at mine all the fucking time. And so after a month, I was like, look, mate, fuck off. Because I'd say,
Frank,
he went to
pick the balls out of that one.
Yeah, he went to another mate's house who let him stay there for like a few days and that. Yeah, and he had to get a flat real quick because he knew fucking no one else was going to put him up.
See, this is what happens. I mean, this is why Tony's right, because I mean the reason why I'm getting a roomie because she had problems with her roomies. So anyway, it's a whole well there you go, you see. So you gotta make sure you set your ground rules. Yeah, no reading my She-Hulk comics. Don't take them out of the bag.
Yeah, well, female fucking thing is roommates aren't too bad because usually they will be like tardy. You know, women.
You hope so. Could be a
stereotype. Yeah. I said usually. You know what I mean? You are going to get some dirty bitches that will leave the mucky knickers hanging around.
Well, that's what your parents always tell you, isn't it? That's what your mum says. More than 3 days, she's not a keeper.
Yeah. Well, I'm like 3 weeks.
Damn. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Stuck to the walls.
3 months
Well,
if you don't do any wet farts.
oh, as long as there's no follow through, you could still consider
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah, fucking. You only need like 4 pants a year.
Tell that to She-Hulk. She goes through 16 a day, turning into a
Oh,
man.
yeah. That's what happens when you start getting erections in them tight knickers. But anyway, yeah.
No season 2. I know I'm trying not to
No.
get distracted by the phrasing tight knickers. But yeah, so unlike She-Hulk, the Acolyte has a greater than 0% chance of getting a second season. Where She-Hulk, it ain't happening. It's done.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh,
No
well.
way. Yeah, there's no
Never
way they
mind.
can fucking like get away with that fucking terrible shit. As I say, I don't even like the original She-Hulk, but it was worse than that. So, because like,
Well,
if
that
they
goes
did,
back to canon. Well, as we've discussed
yeah,
with the canon, her actual origins were changed from the comic. Now, I don't mind
yeah,
changing canon so much for an adaptation.
yeah,
Transmedia, canonical verisimilitude, I'm all about that, and it don't exist. But Scotty was saying that the TV show She-Hulk did follow the canon of the comic. That is a lie.
yeah. Well, he's full of shit. He's only wanting to say that so people will watch it, so he'll get a season 2, but it's too late.
Well, as Homer Simpson once told us, now for the good part between telling the lie and when it gets found out.
Yeah.
So that again speaks to why Scottimus isn't here, because we're here to call him out. We are the Scotty R37 fact checking group.
Oh yeah. You're more than me because like you really get agitated with some of the shit he says. Where I'm not that too agitated. I just get agitated when he's fucking watching She-Hulk and pretending that it's fucking great, and then fucking like fucking the MCU are gonna be doing that shit because they're gonna think, oh, well, at least Scotty likes it.
Yeah,
At least
that's official. That the MCU. I saw Gary Neurotic on Piers Morgan with that lying bastard Will Jordan, critical alcoholic. I was waiting for him to tell more lies about Blade Runner. I can't believe it. They're all talking about the MCU.
Oh, fucking Piers Morgan. He's a piece of shit.
Right, but Gary's hit the
Yeah.
big time. I didn't have that on my bingo card for 2024. Mind you, I didn't have a bus on fire in Leeds either, or
Yeah.
a Windows update not going too well. In fact, there's a lot of weird stuff going on just this week that I did not have on my bingo card. So once again, real life seems to be outpacing fiction for implausibility. But that's the whole point, Scotty. Oh, I just talked myself into a segue. Real life doesn't have to appear plausible, Scotty, because it's real life, unlike fiction.
Yeah, we'll talk about real life. Like Joe Rogan, he was saying with the Trump shooting, if fucking you'd have written that like as a like plot in a film and that where oh yeah, like fucking
He turned
the
his head and
president,
missed the bullet.
yeah, Joe Rogan and that was saying, no, you'd say, oh fuck off, no, it's a bit too far fetched.
Exactly, they wouldn't
No,
believe you. They'd be going, all the YouTube pundits would be going, I walked out the cinema because it was so implausible. But there you go, it actually happened.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I mean, I guess some people don't believe it, so maybe they think it's fiction. But that's the world, isn't it? People don't believe the news, but they do believe the fiction, even when the fiction contradicts itself. Yeah, the fiction contradicts itself, and then people still don't believe it, even though it's fiction and self-contradictory. Meanwhile, you get a consistent documentary, and people don't believe it. The world's gone crazy.
Yeah, you're pretty good at pointing this shit out. Like you do, as I say, you do like to get to the nitty gritty shit things of the subjects, and that's why Scotty pisses you off because he's like
no, I pissed Scotty off. I'm not pissed off. Scotty's blocked me. I've not blocked Scotty. Well, I
Yeah.
have several times, but he's been unblocked for weeks.
Like
No,
I
the only
said,
person that's this is actually the thing, because Scotty's very good at presenting a kind of happy-go-lucky. It's mainly the alcohol kind of persona, but in all seriousness, folks, it's the action. There are a lot of YouTubers that present themselves very well on their shows, but you get them on a backstage where you simply observe their actions and you think, oh, I think we've got ourselves a narcissist, maybe a sociopath, someone that doesn't care about other people, only themselves and their fake plastic persona. Not talking about anyone in
yeah.
particular, Teague, but
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I'm happy, but I'm a bit worried about my roomie now. But tape up those comics. But no, I think Scotty's the one upset. I think the person doing the
Yeah, you're right.
blocky Scotty, is the one that's all up in his fee-fees. I think it's the soy. It just makes him
Yeah.
unable to take valid criticism, I guess.
Like a woman.
It's the estrogen, I tell you.
Mm.
Not to say that women can't take criticism, folks. Women can take criticism. In fact, they'll just remember everything that you've done wrong for the next 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fucking. Yeah. They can remember the things that they want to criticize you, but yeah, fucking. When you
You left the
criticize them,
toilet
though.
seat up in 1973, Captain. I was there.
Yeah, the thing with worrying though is like they'll criticize the shit out of you, but when you criticize them, you're being bullying. You're being chauvinistic bullying.
They don't like it up 'em. Exactly. I'm a feminist. I have a go at anyone, irrespective of gender. You're all wankers. Except
Yeah,
Tony. He's nice. I won't have a
I
word said against Tony.
know,
Yeah.
I know. Well, like, yeah, I'll save it for when you for when I'm not streaming with you. Then, so, but
Exactly.
honestly, yeah, he's like might be a nice dude and that, but
He's very charming. No one can deny his
yeah.
charm.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, there is nice dudes, but don't mean I like them. Well, I like them enough to like find them interesting.
Yeah, no,
Like, okay,
it's the friendly banter. It's the fact that he does say hello to me when he's on the panel, because it's a fake, it's a lie. He's blocked me. He
mm,
won't talk to me backstage, front stage, on a show, after a show, before a show, under a show. So come on, open up, Scotty, but you won't, will you? So keep up the facade, keep up your fake plastic smile and your fake personality for the people out there, Scotty. You may have fooled Jill, but you haven't fooled me. I mean, you did for a while, but then you blocked me.
oh yeah, yeah, he pissed him off. I did get that wrong one. I said he pisses you off. I was thinking more me. He pisses me off when he literally is trying to emasculate the fucking male fucking generations of trying to get a second season of She-Hulk.
If I'm going to be soy, they can all be soy. Ahoy!
Yeah. Oh, you know them cunts. If they're
Maybe that's his new
drowning.
catchphrase, a soy instead of ahoy.
Yeah.
Or maybe
That's so
ahoy a
you are.
soy. There's a t-shirt for Scotty, ahoy a soy.
Yeah.
Deckard's a human because replicants scare me. Oh, well, I heard from Cam, by the way. I got a DM from Cam saying, hey, maybe I'll catch you next time you're on the End show. And I wrote back saying, well, that's funny timing. I'm going on in about 2 minutes. Nothing since.
Yeah, I've been a viewer though. It might be in Cam. Like it was like.
Are you
a
in the
viewer
chat?
now
Because I'm
and
not
again.
viewing. Are you in the chat, Cam? There's no one in the chat, I presume. Otherwise, you'd be reading the chat. Well, nothing without the chat. There is no chat.
Now, fuck. Well, no, don't put yourself down, man. It's like no, you like the chat fucking had.
Well, someone's got to put me down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like, yeah, no, don't. It's like no, the chat's like somewhat and that, but it's obviously you don't need the chat to do fucking live streams and that.
Actually,
I
that's
don't think.
Scotty's opinion. He's kind of like, nah, fuck the chat. We're the entertainers. We're up here.
Yeah. It's like the thing with live streams. It's like the chat can sort of like add and sort of take the stream into different directions and that. But yeah, when you doing
which
a
can
live
be
stream.
a benefit or a hazard depending on how good the current direction
Yeah.
is. Actually, I've noticed because I noticed months ago how Jill doesn't read the chat, and certainly not mine. So I thought, well, complaining about it is more shouting at cloud. So now I go to Jill's show and ignore the show. I just ignore the panel and talk to Franco Walker and the others. You ignore the chat, we're going to ignore the panel. How about that? Now there's 2 shows going on.
Yeah.
But again, Jill's finest
Right.
hour is ignoring my chats, not reading them out, but then going into the chat to argue with me. That was just chef's kiss.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like fucking like Disney and that in it. It's like they like it when you fucking promote their fucking stuff, but once you've got a problem with it.
But if you're not going to be indirectly earning the money, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, and they want to fucking keep you well away from their fucking streams and that. Oh, keep your opinion as fucking shadow banned as possible on their fucking. That's why I don't even watch them and that. I got sick and tired of when they was asking, what's going on with like fucking Disney and that, and I was like saying, soy-nerd bitches. They were like fucking making effeminate shit for soy-nerd bitches.
Have you upset Bob Iger again?
No, but like I know this because it was like sort of like I realised because like it was one of them where they released a few fucking female fucking action films back in the 90s and obviously before then and that. But I sort of like fucking realised in the 90s and that with Kill Bill and this shit where it was like no one is making these films for it to be good, because if you was going to make an action film to be good, you use a fucking dude, and you use a dude who's fucking trained in doing action, because you fucking can get like dudes and train them up and that, like sort of they're basically done with Keanu Reeves with John Wick and that shit.
Yeah, he did a lot of training. Right, he did a lot of training.
Yeah.
Although he would have had action experience from The Matrix, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. You're right. He did get trained up on The Matrix and all, and so like so like there is them actors where like you can train them up, but like if you don't want to chance it in that, or if like with Keanu Reeves is really good at fucking being dedicated. What?
Looking sad.
Yeah.
On park benches.
Oh yeah. Well, Keanu Reeves, he is good at fucking like doing stuff if like he puts his mind to it and that shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, I do like a bit of Keanu. He is one of my favourite male leads.
Yeah,
Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a bit soy what I'm thinking, but like
he's not masculine enough for you in John Wick. Is that what it is? He didn't kill enough people, Jens.
No, masculine as fucking John Wick, but in the Matrix and that, I thought he was a side cunt and that, which his character was supposed to be a side cunt.
Well, he was a programmer, exactly.
Yeah, and so like then, like he sort of like did all right and that shit with the action scenes. Obviously, you could have got better fucking stunt dudes or like fucking action fucking stars who have done a better job, because originally I think the role was written for Brandon Lee, but obviously he was too dead. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, that ruled him out. And so
another prop gun accident.
Yeah. And so like as I say, he impressed me in the Matrix where I was like, yeah, well, like he might not be fucking the greatest fucking action fucking star and that, but he has done fucking good in John Wick. I'll give him that. In John Wick, he has put it up to where you could call him an action star. But I thought, oh yeah, he did a great job in the Matrix, where yeah, he did some half decent action scenes, even though like he had
He stopped them bullets.
Yeah. Well, he had stunt double and all because the dude who fucking John Chadwick, what I think his name.
John Chadwick.
No, not John.
Ken Chadwick.
No, well, anyway, the director of fucking John Wick and that, he was.
Who did direct John Wick? I haven't got that on my mental day. I'm quite ignorant of who directed John Wick.
Yeah, fucking, he was a stuntman in fucking The Matrix.
Yeah, I heard that actually. You're right. And then he developed his right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was doing Keanu Reeves stunts in that in The Matrix, and I think whilst he was doing the stunts and that shit, he was like fucking getting ideas of like fucking writing films or whatever in that. And then obviously like fucking sold the idea of John Wick.
I do like the John Wick series. There's a slight plausibility drift across the 4 movies. Like they just get more wacky, unrealistic, and out there. So regardless, so it's not a change in canon. They just they get more fantastical, but that's not a huge crime. They're a bit of fun.
Yeah, well, it's like the Bond films, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's
you start realistic. 15 years later, you got that pigeon.
Yeah. But people know when they're watching a Bond film and that shit, that Bond is going to kick some ass. Where most dudes, but Bond does have the gadgets and that, but it's one of them where he'll do shit where most dudes will fuck up. But it's one of them where he's supposed to be the best, like John Wick. He's supposed to be the best, so like kicking ass and that shit.
And taking names.
Yeah, it seems unbelievable and that, but like obviously in that disbelief or suspension, it's pretty fucking realistic.
Yeah, do you know what? In the first John Wick film, the only thing that breaks my suspension of disbelief isn't any of the stunts. It's just the fact that Game of Thrones sausage penis guy, that's Alfie Norks. What's his face from Game of Thrones? You know, the one that got tortured.
No,
Liliana's brother.
No, I never watched Game of Thrones. Well,
all right. The guy,
I know what you mean, though. The guy.
The son of the Russian gangster in the story. Basically, he kicks off the whole story. It all starts with an unlikely coincidence, which again would be plausible in real life, but funnily enough, weird coincidences that drive the plot forward are considered weak writing. And shout out Yucky Gum, who said a couple of months ago, "Oh yeah, but weird, unbelievable coincidences do happen in real life." I'm like, yeah, exactly. But they don't happen in stories. And so that's my only issue with John Wick, is that a complete random stranger wants his car, and it turns out that random stranger is actually the son of his ex-employer.
Yeah. Well, it's a strange coincidence, and it's one of them where you usually don't want them in storylines because you fucking know it's bullshit anyway. And so
right, it's just the plot contrivance to drive the plot forward.
No, but adding more. It's not bullshit, but what do they call like fucking? What's the odds on that shit? You know, fucking.
Never tell me the odds.
No, yeah, but it's called the chances. You know when. The chances
it's very unlikely, basically.
Yeah.
They could have written it into the story where the son knew him and wanted his car anyway. So, I mean, I guess no one else complained. So maybe the ultimate lesson is no one gives a fuck about story writing except me. But then that makes me the best writer ever.
Yeah. Well,
I care.
As I say, like it's one of them where it makes it more unbelievable than that, but. It can happen, you know what I mean? It's possible. It's like with the Bond films. There's some unbelievable shit, like as you say, with a pigeon with a double take. But
it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah, I've seen a surprise pigeon.
Yeah.
I've never seen a baby pigeon, but I've seen a couple of shocked ones. Especially when I was in that car park. Anyway.
Yeah, so
The pigeon didn't know where to fucking look.
yeah,
Mind you, neither did the police officer. Anyway.
so the only thing in John Wick, what I thought was a bit fucking like, yeah, this is like, yeah, this
What
is
made
like
you roll your
fucking-
eyes, Jens?
when Keanu Reeves as John Wick starts crying when he's reading the letter out.
Oh, from his ex-wife or from his dog?
saying this is a puppy, like cherish it, booming, all crying and that.
Or his dead wife, I should say.
Yeah.
We don't want to see masculine crying. We don't want to be seeing crying, soy nerd bitch tears.
Yeah. Even
You
though
didn't see James Bond cry when, spoiler alert, they shot his wife in the face. He just went, "It's fine. We have all the time in the world. Now we're going to shake more birds."
Yeah, well, apparently though, George Lazenby, the first take or the take before the user won the dead, he was crying.
Oh, really? So they cut it out because it weren't manly enough.
Yeah, because whoever was directing and that, they probably be like Broccoli or whatever. But anyway,
it weren't Broccoli. He was the money man. Broccoli don't direct.
Yeah,
he just cashes the checks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well,
whoever it was, we should know our. Jens, we're both letting aside that we should know our James Bond director by now.
Yeah, but
I was just actually watching a doco about on the Majesty's Secret Service. He was a really good director. He was doing a lot of things that we take for granted now, like when he was chasing Kojak on skis that were amazing. But I can't remember the name of the director. Computer, who directed on the Majesty's Secret Service, the best James Bond film ever?
Yeah, but there's a few though in the end with Bond though. It is one of them where there's about 3 or 4 people, like obviously Ian Fleming being one of them, that can like sort of like say like no, I don't want that happening in the film and the afterwards. But anyway, whoever it was said no, James Bond doesn't cry. He said do it again, sort of thing. And obviously look sad. Don't be like, oh yeah, she's
don't go too far. Oh look, my wife's dead. Aha.
Yeah, he said, like, look sad and that, but don't cry. And like, if you notice, he doesn't cry. He just like he's in like, a real sad, depressed fucking sort of.
He's in denial, basically. No, we have all the time in the world. And apparently, this has actually made me even more sad than the death of his wife on screen. Is that he was he being George Lazenby, due to come back in. It was going to be him in Diamonds and Forever, but it was, I think, same title, but it was going to be a massive revenge story, which would have been fucking awesome, like a 2-part movie. But then he fucking smoked a joint, became a hippie, grew a beard, changed his mind about being James Bond, and fucked up the whole series. They had to drag back Connery for one more, obviously.
Yeah, well, apparently it was because he thought that because he'd started as James Bond, that like fucking he'd be the biggest he'd be one of the biggest movie stars like of that genre and that, so he'd be turning down roles, but obviously fucking
that didn't happen.
No, I think he did like one film after it, but I don't know what fucking film it was, and I'll have to like fucking have a look and that shit. But yeah, it wasn't.
Connery had a more diverse career afterwards. He did Zardoz, but I guess immediately after Bond, he weren't getting the work. But then going back to do another Bond, you'd think that wouldn't help, but it did, because then after that, he didn't do any apart from Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, and The Rock,
which isn't an official James Bond film, depending on a certain point of view.
Yeah, and then there's The Rock, where some people say it's 007 that got locked in Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah. But equally, they were going to have Sean Connery as the gardener in the last James Bond film, which would then make more official the idea that James Bond isn't a person, but a code name. But they didn't, so he isn't, so he is.
Yeah, well, the code name shit, it happened in fucking Casino Royale, the David Niven one. That was
Didn't they have like 4 Bonds in that film? Wasn't Peter Sellers in that film as James Bond as well, or was that a different spoof?
Yeah. They had like, well, I said, they got a seal, like a fucking animal seal.
Yeah, not a Navy SEAL, folks. We did that joke earlier.
Yeah, to be like James Bond and that. They was having women as James Bond.
Jane Bond. Well, that's
No,
you're chortle at the idea, Jens. I think there's a good chance the next James Bond film it's going to be Jane Bond.
no, because Broccoli and that the daughter of Broccoli and that she said no, he might change his colour and that shit, but he's always going to be a dude.
Okay, so it might be green like the Hulk, but it will be a dude. Any news from the Broccolis about another Bond? Because they haven't announced. I keep hearing rumours, but I'm not Daniel's hot topics. I don't pay too much attention to hypothetical, possible, fake or real rumours about the whatever. Have we got anything locked down for more Bond?
No, I say like the last thing was dude who's like married to that fucking old woman, that old director.
Pierce Brosnan.
No, yeah.
I know you said old, not fat.
Yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with that. It's nice to be in love, folks.
But he's looking likely to be the next James Bond.
That's what I'm married to an old woman. The president of France.
You're sure you're lost child, yeah. Sort of. Yeah. That sort of like fucking age gap, because I think
and that Andy Dufresne from who's Susan Sarandon's that guy? Madonna's boyfriend? I don't know. So there is someone. Is it true? Is it going to happen? Is he good?
No, it seems all right. But fucking
not Tim Robbins then.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It could be me, the most fucking masculine fucking dude on YouTube.
But
that knows about fucking like masculine action and that shit.
I'd like to see a Yorkshire James Bond at him. His name's Bond James.
No.
I'll have a couple of
Obviously, I'd do it.
Well, yeah, squeeze the tea bag. Don't put the milk in first.
Well, I wouldn't do a Yorkshire Bond. I'd do a Roger Moore.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's a good segue to Scotty and James Bond, because Scotty, we all know, anyone that's a fan of Scotty knows Scotty's favourite actor, John Pork Hamm. And yet, John Hamm, if anything, would make a good James Bond. But Scotty's like, oh, gracious me, you can't do that. He's an American. You nationalist, Scotty. It's called acting. He can do an accent. You know George Lazenby was from Australia. We still let him do it. Dalton's bloody Welsh. And he's one of the best Bonds. Connery's Scottish. And for anyone that's not aware of this information, the actual writer, what's his face, brain fart, actually made the literary James Bond half Scottish because of Connery. Yeah. So John Hamm should be James Bond.
Ian Fleming, yeah, because
Ian Fleming, that's the guy. Ian Fleming.
Yeah, because
no relation to Bob.
No, he didn't want Sean Connery. I think he thought he was a bit too brutish.
He's a gruff milkman. We're not having him.
Yeah,
give him a try.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, because he had tattoos and that shit. Well, anyway, fucking, yeah,
he's a bloody football player, a ruffian.
I think he did like 2. I know, like, I think it'd been after fucking From Russia with Love. That's when, like, I think Ian Fleming was still a bit like thingy after Dr. No, but I think it was like after like From Russia with Love, it was like, oh, right, yeah, I can like see where fucking he's like doing the job.
So before Dr. No, Fleming was like no, but after Dr. No, Fleming was like maybe.
Yeah, and I think then like after fucking From Russia with Love, yeah, he was like,
yes.
And then
that's
like,
the one with the train at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one where.
Take the safety, how'd you take the safety off, Mr. Bond? I don't know, because I'm not a female Russian agent.
Yeah, that's the one where he fights the dude from.
Never trust a bird that pretends she can't handle a gun, folks.
Yeah. There we go, though. Hey, I think I've got odds on here.
You got what?
Like, odds.
Come on.
It's like, yeah, because I think because as I say, it
State,
hasn't.
county, municipal offender data system.
Well, check it out. I see. Because like, when was it done? 19th of March. So, a few months ago. So
That's
like,
the new James Bond.
well, no, it's not because the new James Bond hasn't been picked yet. As I
Okay, so
say.
that's their idea. What is that? An AI's idea of what the new James Bond could be?
No, that's the actor that they're thinking it's most likely to be.
That's what I fucking meant. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna work.
No, I think it's like 6 foot.
Because get a fucking haircut, you hippie.
Yeah, every like dude, because that's why what would fuck me up because I'm
What
like
is this,
5'8".
James Bond or fucking Woods?
Yeah, well, I'm 5'8" and that, and so fucking they won't let me play James Bond of my height. Unless,
Well, you could stretch it in CGI. You told me you were
yeah,
6'4".
yeah. Well, unless as you say, they altered me and that, and you know, like fucking got like rooms and fucking cars and fucking.
They'll just stretch you out a bit. Do you think?
No. They make fucking everything smaller around me so I look like 6
clever,
foot.
but then you'd be too wide, Jens. You wouldn't get through the door. They'd
Well,
have to make everything
no.
short and wide to make it look narrow proportionally. They'd have to like aspect ratio that shit. Anyway, you don't have to worry about playing James Bond. You're now a character, and so someone like Scott Atkins is going to have to play you, complete with
Yeah.
a proper Yorkshire accent.
And there we go, gentlemen. Riviera is fucking.
You sound like Robert Myburnett reading an article after he's had a couple. Rumors. Unfounded.
Yeah. When will the next James Bond be announced? With Bond 26 not expected on our cinema screens until 2025 at the earliest.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
There won't be a planet then.
Well, it probably by 2026 because and it takes because Bond films they don't do them quick because they
used
always
to churn them out one a year. What about the first lot that we were talking about, Jens? It was like one a year, wasn't it? At least 18. Isn't that why Connery left? Too much work, not enough money. Or am I getting that wrong?
No. Yeah, but I think because like it's about every 2 years. They used to do one every 2 years, sort of thing. 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it used to be every like 2 or 3 years.
Because it was 3 for Star Wars. Well, it was 3 years for the first 3 films, and then it was like 7 years, and then it was shite.
Well, that's the thing with Bond and like Star Wars, the big budget and that, and so they usually will take about a year to like get all the fucking RDs and everything fucking sorted, and then it'll take another year filming it.
Right, and getting a script. Better than Blade Runner 2049, when people act surprised when I say it's not canon, like, hello, different writer. If another thing, if you wait, 37 years for a sequel, 82, 2017, do the math, whatever it is, it ain't canon. I ain't waiting 37 years for a fucking sequel. It don't count.
Yeah. Well, guys, like, Barbara Broccoli interrupted. The scripts we come up with one and decided I will go into approach the next film because really it's renovation of Bond. We renovating who he is and then take time. I'd say that filming is at least 2 years away. Yeah, as I say, because when they get a new Bond, as I say, they don't write the film until they know who is the Bond, and so they can write it. Yeah. It's
really?
like, yeah, because like if they get like if they get like a script where Bond's got to be a really tough cunt, and obviously they're not because fucking, but if they get a script and it's got to be a tough cunt, but the actor like who plays Bond isn't a tough cunt like Roger Moore, you know what I mean? They're like, oh shit, well we're gonna have to write it differently for him because he's not going to sell that. He's a tough gun, and so they'd have to write more gadgets and that.
I've got to say, I disagree with that method. No wonder they're not getting any movies made. Yeah, top tip, folks. It's called acting. The actor is meant to stretch themselves to what the script demands. The idea of the writer stretching the script around the actor because he can't fucking emote sounds like bollock. I'm calling bullshit on that. Not bullshit, but bollock. I believe that's what they do, and what they're doing. But that's bad writing. You don't write for the actor. The actor acts for the script. Call me a biased writer, but come on.
Yeah, well, as I say, it's one of them where they'll probably have like a rough idea of like what they want it to be like, but until they know who's the actor, they won't do them fine details of like how he's going to
They
act.
did that for Captain Marvel. Look how well that worked. Oh, we got Brie Larson. Make sure that she stands there throughout the whole movie, stoic face, looking like a bitchy resting face with no emotion, and don't show her fucking feet.
Yeah, and like fucking crush dude's hands will try to help her with a map.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I never saw Captain Marvel, but I did see the press conference with who was it? With Chris Hemsworth and
Oh yeah, Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was comfortable. He literally goes, "Don't touch me." Wow.
Yeah. I like the fucking interviewer on that when like Brie Larson fucking started like claiming she did like her own stunts and that, and Chris Hemsworth was like, "Oh, so you're gonna be like the next Tom Cruise?" And she was like, "No, I'm the next Brie Larson. Thank you very much." And the interview was like, "Oh, fucking hell."
That's it. Yeah, I remember thinking about that because in the context she was correct because she was doing. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you very much.
Oh well,
The
that does.
effortlessly charming Brie Larson appearing now on Scotty's wall.
Oh well,
in poster form.
That was your typical fucking woman, fucking thinking that she could fucking be as good as a dude because fucking if she.
I know, I just think it's Brie Larson, but that's just me.
Yeah, but she's thinking that fucking there's no physical difference. Why couldn't she be Tom Cruise? That's what she was thinking. She was thinking, yeah, I can. Crazy as fuck. Obviously, once she fucking tried any of those Tom Cruise stunts and that,
They
she'd
put her
have
on the side of
realised.
an aeroplane and take it off. See how she likes that. Go on, Brie, do some acting now. You're on the side of a plane. I'm shitting my pants.
Oh well, I think she was just trying to fucking make herself seem like she was fucking real good when because she was getting loads of shit. But anyway, back to the Bond fucking thing because there we go. We tried looking at younger
Sorry, I had
people
to
in the
bring up Brie
past.
Larson.
Yeah, he told Deadline, but trying to visualize it doesn't work. Remember, Bond's already a veteran. Yeah, as I say, they always like him to be in his late 30s. Like the part originally, and that from Ian Fleming's point of view was he was in his mid 40s, like 45.
Okay. Even older.
Yeah,
and of course, if you're going to play him for a few, but then the whole thing about the age with Daniel Craig, David, because it was a reboot, it would be appropriate to start him younger because they actually started him on his first mission, which they didn't with the other films when it was one character. So actually, Jens, serious James Bond question: are the Broccolis saying that the new actor will be a continuation of Daniel Craig, David, or is it going to be a third reboot of the franchise?
Right, got to be a third reboot because he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, second reboot, third edition. Right. Oh, yes. So it was everything. So yeah. So Daniel Craig, David, was everything from his first mission to his death. So they are going to have to reboot it. Yeah. Now, do you know what? You put me off James Bond because they're making a lot of blunders. They haven't got a script. They're not sure if they got an actor, and they're not setting it in the 50s.
Well, thinking though, to be fair to the Broccolis, though, they did realise, like, fucking having Bond not shagging a bed and him dying at the end, is not good for business. I think they've realised that.
Not really.
Yeah, you know what I mean. When you fucking fans and fucking viewers and that shit want to see a secret agent dude go around shagging bears, killing bad guys, and
Yeah.
doing it in fast cars with gadgets, having vodka martinis. When you know that's your crowd and that, and then you make it where he
that's
doesn't
the
shag.
brand.
Yeah, it was like I don't think he had a fast car in it either.
What? So hang on. So he died. He didn't get laid, and he didn't even drive a car fast.
No, because I think like the stunt was on a bike. Because I fucking thingy like was a bit like disappointed, so I didn't like want to remember too much of it. But I can't remember him having any like great car out because like there was a bit where it was just in like a normal car, like a BMW or something, but like just a normal BMW or
Did he at least drink a martini, or did he go, oh no, I'll have a smoothie? I'm on a health kick.
Fucking. They should have had it where he
got
had
any
a
carrot
fucking
juice?
a soy martini and milk, but
Exactly.
yeah, they didn't. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Total shit. But anyway, so like, yeah, he's a person who's been through it, so he's probably been in the SAS, some kind of high school that you can bring in at the start of. That's why it works for a 30 something. Yeah, as I say, it's usually people who look like they're in the late 30s because they can be in the early 30s and that.
Right.
But they've got to look a bit like they're in the late 30s, if you know what I mean. They can't look like fucking, like Daniel Craig. He looked fucking like he was 40 or 40, in his late 40s.
Oh, really? Because it's not his age he got a lot of stick for. It was his hair colour, wasn't it? Or even his face.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, they like to have Bond looking like quite old in the face. They don't want fucking like thingy. Oh,
Thingy.
a bit. Yeah.
Mark Hamill in Star Wars.
Yeah. Sort of like
You don't want fresh-faced James Bond straight out of college or whatever on his first mission. Learning how to shave. Bond, pay attention. This is a razor. You rub it across your face, and the beard goes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here we go.
So no shagging, no driving, and you got killed at the end. This is James Bond truly is dead, Jens. I don't think he is coming back. This time out's bullshit. It's never going to happen. 2026 in my ass.
Well, no, it says, yeah, but I'm thinking it's got to be 2026. As I say, they haven't picked a James Bond yet, and so until they picks one, that's when it goes into like fucking all right, let's do it. But until they picks a Bond, like everyone's sort of like probably giving ideas, and as I said, they'll have some kind of rough idea, you know what I mean? But like until they've got a Bond, they won't do anything fucking, on paper. But anyway,
I just think they should just do the whole, because the books were never properly adapted. Like Moonraker, for example. The only thing that Moonraker the film has got in common with Moonraker the book is 3 words: James Bond and Moonraker. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the Bond books are like pretty boringish.
That's what JFK said. Well, in my opinion, they should adapt the books. Start with the first one, and if they're a bit boring, make them more exciting. Put in more sex and violence and car chases and martini and what have you. But go back to the books and set the movies in the books the same year that the books were set. Dr. No was a contemporary movie. It is now a period movie. It should be redone as a historical movie, because that's the difference between period and historical.
Well, I'll tell you, right, if you read the books, because I don't know if you've read many James Bond books.
I read the comic books just to make it even more confusing.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, we're talking. Well, the comic books will be more like the films because, like, in the books, right, there's a lot, right, and I hadn't read that many of Ian Fleming's because I'd seen the films in that, but I read Live and Let Die because it's different to the film sort of thing,
Right.
and I read Casino Royale because
With
it
Cheese.
was, yeah, it was before the film got released and that.
Right. Because they
And
actually was ahead of the curve for race swapping. Because here's a bit of trivia for you then. Of course, folks, there's no such thing as race, but it's a popular topic. But from the book to the film, I think the CIA agent was race swapped, and then so was Domino, Solitaire, Jane Seymour.
yeah, Solitaire was because there was gonna get
Pam Grier,
Shirley Bassey or someone like that.
Shirley Temple,
No,
Bassey.
yeah,
Imagine Shirley Temple. That wouldn't work.
yeah, no, they're gonna get some like black singer in that.
Shirley Bassey. She hasn't got the
Yeah, I
range,
think
darling. Diamonds are
it,
forever.
if it won't Shirley Bassey, it was someone like that because there was
Charlotte
good about.
Church.
I don't know. Is that a female black soul singer from the 60s?
No, it's just because what you said vaguely sounded like it, so I just went with the kind of oral half pun. I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, you're all right.
I'm just looking for comedy gold, Jens, anywhere I can find it.
I know. Yeah,
Right,
but
gold.
yeah. Well, as I say, it was some black soul singer, I think, or like some black. But as you say,
Gladys Knight.
yeah, it could have been someone
Let's go with
like
Gladys
that.
Knight. Locked in. Final answer, Gladys Knight.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they used Jane Seymour, and so.
And they weren't wrong either.
Yeah, I would have banged that.
James Bond sure did, even though he had to buy 52 tarot packs to make it happen.
Yeah. What's he say? Well, you do believe in the cards, don't you?
This one says blowjob.
Yeah.
A man comes over water. He drinks soy milk. His name is Scotty. He likes green women that are men.
He brings disaster to the soy-nerd bitch world because he's not going to get a season 2 of fucking She-Hulk.
Actually, I'm now getting an idea for our Scotty B character, and I think I'd like him more as a James Bond style villain. Well, that would be derivative, but I want him in a big chair, stroking a cat, drinking a glass of soy drink, which isn't even real milk.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Do you expect me to talk, Mr. Scotty? No, Mr. Captain, I expect you to soy.
No, Mr. Captain, I expect you to be blocked.
That is correct, Commander. Because that's what fucking happened.
Yeah, well, I say they're living in their little side echo chambers where it's like, well, if you're going to fucking make me look like a cunt. Oh, fucking hell. That was like 10 minutes ago. Craig Stevens. I'm squatting in the middle of the street taking a shit completely naked.
Well, that's what you get for hanging around with Emerald Teague.
Yeah. Look at his little face. It looks like he's fucking took himself a selfie whilst he's doing it.
Why is he typing in caps?
Don't know, but I don't mind
about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind caps because the best thing with caps is the bigger, so you can read them easier, innit? If you want, because you always notice fucking important signs, usually in capitals, because don't want to fuck around.
It's like shouting. It's actually, as a typographer, uppercase letters are less legible than lowercase letters. It's just that they're bigger, so it is like shouting. It's not actually more legible. It's just bigger.
Yeah, cheers, good.
Still, he might be typing in caps, but unlike Scotty, at least he's in the chat.
Yeah. But so anyway, back to the Bond.
Anyway,
thing. So might be 007 after Daniel Craig. It's Aaron Taylor Johnson who like just mentioned that, which it was in Bullet Train. I don't know if this is going to pull up a picture.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's the thingy there. Oh yeah, yeah.
Bullet Train was pretty good. Do you know what? Actually, a Bullet Train for me is like John Wick 4.5. I just put it with my Wicks in the collection.
Yeah. Well, like in Bullet Train, he was the white brother because like there was a black and white brother, wasn't they? That was like going to be.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once. I'm gonna have to give it a rewatch. I got the Blu-ray.
Well, he was the one where he. Oh, look at this shit! Fuck off! I can't fucking shit. No.
What?
Fuck
What?
off.
What?
It's just come on Disney Plus everywhere.
Oh, the problem is, see, my eyes just avoid the adverts as if they're not there. Oh yeah, look, adverts.
By the way, so it's like, maybe after I would say he's 2-1. So fucking, that's pretty. That's like, yeah, the best odds I think 2-1 because it's like fucking. There's no favourite in that, and so
in relative terms, he's the leader. Well, I believe it's like a horse race, isn't it? You don't know until it happens. It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Well, there's another thing and all.
Mixing me metaphors.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing and all with bookies is they're probably putting the sort of equation of are they going to get injured, and if they do get injured, then they won't be playing James Bond because no, like if depends how badly injured they are because Daniel Craig was a fucking broken ankle or something, and so like, but if he's in a motor accident and he's in fucking crutches and that, and he's fucking in a wheelchair or whatever,
James Bond in crutches,
yeah,
be different,
yeah, and so if that happens like that, fucking don't matter if they think he's the best Bond, they'll just go with someone else.
Actually, that'd be very modern, though. You put the character in crutches, and then they'd be going, right, you're fired, Bond, because you can't run. You're ableist. Well, go on then, run after that bad guy. Go on, do it now.
Yeah.
You ableist bastard.
Well, Daniel Craig, he fucking broke his ankle or fucking dislocated it real badly or what. I think he broke it. It was because he was filming on fucking No Time to Shag, and he was running on these slippery fucking wooden fucking
things.
Yeah.
Paving stones?
No, not
ice cubes.
No,
Lego pieces.
He'd have probably
a floor full of oil.
He'd have probably fucking prepared Lego pieces because then at least there'd been somewhat to fucking give him grip. No, we call it fucking a harbour plank.
You're right. Lego pieces aren't slippy; they're painful. It's not the same thing at all.
It was like a wooden flooring, sort of like, but on like a shipping, like fucking harbour.
Something slippy. You know he slipped on something slippy. Ironically,
yeah. Well,
it was
the wood. It was like you know when you have like fucking your back garden gets wooden decking. Yeah, right. It was like some wood decking on fucking
decking.
Yeah, it was some wood
slippy decking.
Yeah, that it was fucking on a harbour or not a harbour, but some fucking boat. Because I think he was running after a boat, and
something
that's why
wet anyway.
Yeah, and that's why it was
Scotty
wet
pants.
because it was near a fucking like harbour sort of thing. Well, in a harbour, whatever. And so like he slips and fucking nearly broke his ankle and that. And so then because it was their fault, they had to like fucking sort of like say, oh yeah, well, fucking we can't sack it. I think he was halfway through filming and all. Yeah. So, well, anyway, his age is 33.
Oh, a bit young.
Yeah. But as I say, because if
he looks older, get him to smoke 3 packs of Rothmans a day, he'll be fine in 6 weeks.
Because I think fucking Sean Connery was like 32 or 33 when
But by the time the series ended, he was only 35.
yeah,
And then Roger
but,
Moore overtook him.
yeah, but like obviously he looked like he was in his late 30s. And then there's Henry Cavill.
That's thanks to all the smoking and drinking. It helped him look older.
Yeah. So Henry Cavill, he's age 40, and his odds are 5-2, which is 2.5 to 1.
To 1, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So if he puts a like quid on, he'll get like
£2.50, depending on whether you choose to pay the tax before the bet or afterwards. If it's anything like the Nags.
Yeah. So like, he's in second favourite. So yeah, it's between Henry Cavill, I think, and what's his name, Aaron.
That other guy that I've never heard of.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Got fucking one of them.
I like Henry Cavill, but I can't see him as James Bond. He's too muscly. James Bond isn't muscly.
No. I've told you, he's
pay attention. Number 1.
Yeah, he's like capable of like slimming down. You know, it'd be one of them where if they said to him, "Oh yeah, look, like
go like Christian Bale for The Machinist, just lose all your body mass."
Yeah. Well, they did that to Arnie in Conan because they said, "Oh yeah, for Conan the Destroyer, we need you to like, we need you to like slim down a bit, and so you're more agile." And
you're too muscly to play Conan. What the fuck?
And Regine Page, who I don't know, he's 35 and that. I don't know if this is fucking him. This could be him. He's 11-2, so that's 5.5. Yeah, it's 5.5 to 1. So we got 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1, and 5.5 to 1.
None of them's gonna get it.
We'll probably give it to Scotty because they want an effeminate Bond.
Maybe.
The closest they can get to a woman.
Which is Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We're just joshing with you, Scotty, because we know that you won't come and speak up for yourself, except after I bet if and when I disappear, or when I disappear, if you keep the show going, I bet Scotty will come on at that point just to spite me.
I think this is like James Norton, who's like the 4th favourite, who's 7 to 1.
Oh, utility.
Yeah. He's like 38.
Well, if they're not going to start filming for at least a year, if not 2, then he's going to be obviously 40. Basic maths checks out.
Yeah, true. And he does look a bit ugly, I think, for Bond.
Again, he's never get a haircut.
No, even with an haircut, I think he's
James Bond in the drumming circle.
He's not real ugly, but Bond is supposed to be like very attractive to the women.
Helps.
Yeah, and so like Daniel Craig, even though his face wasn't all attractive, he had to like bulk up so he looked like he was very attractive to the women.
Yeah, he looked good coming out of the ocean, didn't he, Scott?
Yeah. It was one of them where the women would have like been like, "Oh yeah, well, just fuck him with the lights off," sort of thing.
Do you mind if I bite the pillow, Mr. Bond?
Yeah, but all I'm saying though, James Bond, like Sean Connery, Lazenby, Roger Moore,
Dalton,
Brosnan,
the other
Brosnan.
one.
Yeah, no, not Daniel Craig. All them physical face features are pretty much like fucking you women find very attractive, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of men too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, well, the basically got like where all the features are pretty much in sort of proportion and that, and it's if one of your features is out of proportion, that's what makes you like fucking less
Weird
attractive.
looking like Quasimodo.
Yeah, and it's not saying like repulsive or out, but for Bond, he's got to be fucking, as I say, good looking to the women. And so if you've got
At least
someone,
make your face halfway symmetrical, will you, James?
yeah. If you haven't got that much of a symmetrical, a symmetrical face and that shit, yeah, it's like, should you be? It's like Superman, even though fucking what was it, Dean Cain plays Superman, but I never thought like but. If you're playing
Dean
Superman,
Cain was good. I mean, obviously Christopher Reeve. It's Reeve, by the way. Porthole, Mega Geek, if you're listening. George Reeves, Christopher Reeve. Okay. What you smoking there? Woodbines?
Yeah.
Nice.
Some what do you call it? Park drabs.
Even better.
And then at fifth, Tom Hardy, who's like 7-1, sort of like fourth.
Oh,
and you know who Tom Hardy is. Yeah. He's
just won he just anonymously entered the kickboxing competition in Milton Keynes and won it, or a very specific martial art.
Oh, yeah.
It's a random thing. Yeah. You know what? I could go with Hardy, but because he wouldn't be my first 10 choices. But now you mention him, because he's out there, isn't he? He's a bit of a nutter. Just ask Charlie Theron.
Yeah. Well, like fucking, I don't know how tall he is.
Oh, I like out of all the ones you listed, because I like Henry Cavill, but no, Tom Hardy is James Bond. I'm in. You got me, Jens.
No, not me. Well, it's 7-1. Well, 7-1 odds.
Never tell me the odds.
Right, yeah. Well, 46 are, which...
What were the odds on Mr. Frisk when he won the National in 1990? He wasn't the favourite, but he fucking won.
Yeah.
Mr. Frisk, all you time travellers, go back to 1990. It doesn't work, it's backwards, but Mr. Frisk for the win.
And here we go. This like Chidwell Ejiofor. I don't know what the fuck that is. From a 12-year.
Like a title.
I think it could be a black dude. He's 9-1. He's like 46. Yeah, I'll have to fucking. Because they don't got
actually just from that one syllable you gave me, I think I know who you mean. No, I don't.
Where, like, on this, there should be a fucking like picture of him, not these fucking advertisements of fucking ackle shite.
Well, yeah, if you're going to be talking about an actor, then you want to have a picture of the actor, don't you? That kind of would work.
Yeah,
no, I'm going to.
Yeah, no, I'm going to look it up. Right, what fucking that? Chidwell, what the fuck?
If you blow up the screen, I'll try and pronounce it, but I can't even read the letters of that size. It's like a fucking eye chart. That guy. Anyway, Tom Hardy. That's my pick. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Either that or just break the mold and go completely different and then
Scotty.
Go for something completely... Trying to think of the least likely James Bond ever. Ronnie Corbett. Has, no, even that works. I know. Ronnie Barker.
What about it isn't all. Look at this. As I say, they didn't say anything about Bond not being black or any other colour. They just said, "Oh yeah, he's not going to be a woman."
Well, as per our earlier discussion, there is already precedent set with so-called race changing. Again, there's no such thing as race people. It's just your Menelin levels, melanin. But if they've done it, they did it with Felix Leiter as well, actually. With James Bond, with Felix Leiter, first they changed the actor, and then they got an actor with a different melanin level. So if they've already done it in the James Bond series, so they could do it with Bond.
Well, he looks more like the fucking Felix Leiter fucking character.
That's the guy. I knew who you meant. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah. He's 9-1.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all guesswork and speculation until they actually cast it.
Yeah. So,
right, 1 hour 45 minutes. My stomach's beginning to rumble, Jens. What do you think?
Well, it's.
I don't mean make me dinner.
Yeah, well, there's 2 more. If you want to end the stream after, like, review.
I'm not going to go immediately, but yeah, if you want to go through the 2 more, and then we'll read out any remaining chats, and then get yourself a nice burger or something, maybe a salad.
Oh yeah. Dan.
Who's the next one?
Dan Steve.
Cat Stevens, Yusuf Islam. What?
Hey, well, you know, they didn't say Bond was going to be Christian.
Oh, that'd be different. But again, that's the actor, not that. Still, so never heard of him, Dan Stevens. I'm clearly not up on all my actors and Hollywood players. Yeah, again, no photo. That's no good. We can't see what the guy looks like. What kind of article is this? They can't find photos. It's not like the old days. What are they doing?
Oh, this is a great side cunt. Look at this. Fucking hell. This could be the next James Bond. Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Why did I do that? I didn't do that.
Here he comes.
Look at that.
Anthony Daniels. Anthony Daniels as James Bond. Come on. Dan Stevens. Has he been in anything? Nothing I've seen, obviously.
Let's see. He's 41. It's 14-1, which I think he's looking like what if they were going to go Soy-Ned bitchified sort of.
You reckon that's the James Soy option, do you?
Yeah. Rather him or Scotty. You know, obviously if Scotty's going to take the part, they'll be like,
that soy. He's at Scotty levels. Damn, he's even soyer than I thought.
No. Well, Scotty's got more soy. You know what I mean? Scotty's going to easily be out soying him. I reckon, even if he is homosexual or out, but
especially
yeah.
Well, or indeed, it makes no difference either way.
But, in The Guest, he starred in The Guest.
Never heard of it.
No,
I'm a film pundit.
Oh, there we go. Fuck off!
Whoa! What's going on there?
Wanted me to fucking take cookies and that. I wouldn't mind if there was like fucking cookies you could eat. But...
If you could eat them, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be always except their biscuits. Remember, folks, biscuits aren't cookies. In fact, there's 2 types of biscuits because you could put savoury biscuits in gravy. So now we've actually got 3 things. There's definitely not enough words. But biscuits ain't cookies, folks. Anyone tells you it's a language thing, don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, don't know exactly what it's about, but there we go. It looks a bit more masculine there. Yeah. It looks like he's like fought in the army and so like even though he's a side cunt, he might be one of them side cunts that once the camera's rolling though, he's a tough guy.
Okay. Maybe.
Well, it's actors, isn't it? It's
I guess the fact I haven't heard of him could be an advantage. Maybe you want an unknown actor. Maybe that's a good point, Jens. Maybe the trick is not to pick someone already known. Indeed, like with Lazenby, and indeed Connery at the time. Like Harrison Ford for Han Solo. Pick a relative unknown. Someone with, 1 or 2 films behind them, so they can do something on screen.
Well, that's it. He would be my fucking dark horse at this stage because he's 14-1. He's
He's your
41.
sly pick, eh?
Yeah, he's at that age where he's not too old. Well, in fact, though, if you still look like you're keeping in shape, because at number 9, Idris
Yes.
Elba.
Ah,
and
there
we
we
know
go.
what.
Is it Idris or Idris? Idris Elba. He's, I think, the only person that I've heard of that was put up for the role. So how come he's so low in the rankings? You think he'd be 2-1 favourite or something?
51 though, isn't he?
Ah, okay.
And so he's that one where, as I say, the age, if they're gonna be doing like a 10 or 15 year sort of run,
Yeah.
then he's gonna be like Roger Moore, like that 65 sort of age. And so, but to be fair, he's keeping himself in good shape. And so if they're thinking, oh yeah, it's someone who can keep himself in good shape, and
Yeah.
so when
Although
they
I
are
don't know, if you're
65,
50 to begin with, that 15-year run, do the math. You don't ending your run at age 65. That's going to make Roger Moore's finish look sprightly.
no, fucking Roger Moore
I mean, do you
was
know
like,
what? Ultimately, I think this whole thing, do you know, just the whole James Bond. Yeah, I mean, in fact, it's not even James Bond. It's just thinking about films that haven't even started production yet. I mean, this is like way off. I mean, the odds of it getting made aren't even 50% at this point.
yeah, well, this is
No
like,
actor, no script.
yeah, this is like the really outsider. 16-1. It says he's not gonna be Aldris. We should all probably stop asking him about it now. Don't know why, because fucking yeah, and it could, as I say, it could be a black dude or a brown dude or even a Chinese dude or an Asian dude, because I said,
But not green.
might,
Just not
yeah,
green.
but no, could even be a green dude. Obviously, it won't be an alien dude. It'd be some dude
Green
that's,
Bond, like mushy peas. Okay.
yeah, well, maybe he's
Make
like
it
one of
science
these
fiction.
crazy. Well, it could be one of these crazy tattoo, where they get the full body. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
but you're probably right. It's not going to be a green, but it could be any color.
I just
But
really think it's the time period. You need to set it in the 1950s, otherwise forget it. That's really my whole take. None of this. We don't want another James Bond played by 5 people over 60 years, which just doesn't make any. It goes back to the canon thing. Even if we accept everyone before Craig David was Daniel Craig David was the same James Bond, that means he was a secret agent for 60 years. That don't plumb make no sense. And that's where Scotty goes, but it's just a movie. I'm like, exactly. If it was a documentary about a secret agent that had been around for 60 years, I'd believe it. But in the movie, if he starts at 30, that means when he retired, he was fucking 90 years old.
well, keeps himself in shape. That's how I'd fucking explain it. I'm like, yeah, well, fucking all them
He's very
Q
fit. Yeah, oh
experiments.
yeah, he keeps himself in good shape with his 20 Rothmans a day and his getting shot at and all his sexual diseases and his alcohol poisoning. Oh yeah, he's very healthy. He's like the Keith Richards of the spy service. Maybe Keith Richards, there you go, to allow for acknowledge the age that he's now canonically is, apart from Daniel Craig David. Keith Richards as James Bond. Boom. Done.
Well, this is even a sorry. This dude could
We got
maybe
one more.
outside Scotty. Yeah.
Is this the rank outsider?
Oh yeah, 20-1. Fuck.
Oh, who is it?
Oh, what's his name?
Not that guy that plays Shirley Watson Corro.
Adrian Turner. He's 39, and obviously because he's even that side as fuck. So he's like
Adrian Turner. Is his
21.
middle name Tina?
Well, here we go. As his sort of like fucking picture in that shit.
Oh, beard. Lose the beards, although I guess.
Oh yeah. He'd lose it. He'd have to lose the beard. Fucking.
I can't even see what he looks like with that fucking thing on his face.
Well, there's a picture of him, but I'll get some other sort of images. Pretty much got like.
Oh, now I remember. That's triggering something. I think Problem Being was talking about how amazing he was. Hello, Problem Being. There you go. Yeah, I reckon there you go. Classic. The Rank Outside is the best one. All right. Sorry, Tom Hardy. I'm putting all my money in support behind Adrian Turner as the next James Bond because there's some vague, half recollected memory of something that Problem Being said.
Well,
Yeah, wasn't he in the remake of Poldark or something?
I think he did say that.
Boom, there you go. Captain Mental Database still working.
Yeah. One time, Poldark, Sauce Pot.
Boom.
Yeah,
classic action.
Poldark.
I think that top right image, that was him in it looked like a 17th century, 18th century kind of jacket.
Yeah, I was thinking Poldark Sauce Pot. I thought Poldark was his fucking. It's like, oh, Sauce Pot. I mean,
I
like,
thought he said Toss Pot.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah.
YouTube Toss Pot, Scotty R37 is now 25-1 for James Bond.
Yeah. And then it says, like, No Time to Die explained. I'll explain it. It was a pile of shit. He got no shags. He got no shags and he dies at the end. What more?
No shags, no driving. He's brown bread at the end. Rubbish.
Yeah, well.
Not even a hand job in the back of a taxi.
No. There we go then. That's fucking the Bond fucking. We got even more. We got like it was 10. I think there was like 10 fucking
candidates.
Yeah, 10 Bond candidates.
Well, you've turned me. I'm team Adrian Turner. I think he's one of the few actors that could play James Bond and Doctor Who.
Ooh. Well, Doctor Who's camp as fuck now, so I'm hoping he's going for Doctor Who.
There you go. Yeah, we've never seen that happen. One person played both roles, but you never know.
His hair was obviously they can straighten it out, but his hair was a bit curly to play James Bond.
Yeah, but Daniel Craig's was too blonde. He was too blonde for Bond, but
exactly. Yeah. Fucking.
Do you know maybe the books? Although my official theory is still, if you're going to watch a movie, then don't read the book. Or if you've read the book, don't watch the movie. Maybe I'll read the books and not watch the movies.
No. I disagree on that because I read the book of Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
And I liked it. And I watched the movie of Live and Let Die. And I liked it.
And you liked it. Okay.
Yeah, even though they are different.
Well, that speaks to the argument that makes sense because a good book doesn't make a good film. So even though it was a good book, they had to make changes because that's I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But the whole transmedia canonical verisimilitude. If you've got a good book and you just film that book, you're going to get a shite film. So what you said, Jens, actually to wrap up the show as we come up for 2 hours. Not that it's my channel, folks. That makes sense. It was a good book and they changed it and it became a good film. That makes perfect sense. Yes.
Yeah. And like, I think there have been like where the odd time they do get the book done good as a film, but most of the time, if they're going because like it's one of them where they can't compete against your imagination and that.
Exactly. And that's why the comic books are yet another thing again. Maybe I should read the books, watch the films, and read the comics all at the same time. Maybe try and catch a radio play too.
Yeah, well, Accident Man, you need to watch the fucking film of Accident Man.
You're right, because if I've got the comic, then I should watch the film. Well, especially if we're going to considering Scott Atkins' diet as Jens.
I tell you something, Captain. Yeah. You watch fucking Accident Man and he'll fucking give you some ideas of some masculine action. Well,
that's the trick to get ideas without copying. Speak of the devil. Okay. Yes, Daniel, that is correct because he's afraid of hard discussions.
Yeah, Daniel's.
You obviously have too because I've been going on about it on Twitter for weeks, Daniel. So you're obviously not following me.
Yeah, saying yes, Scotty blocks you.
Yeah, feel free to tease him about it,
Thanks.
Daniel. But it's because Scotty doesn't understand how canon works. How canon is more important in fiction than reality or documentaries about reality because it's fiction. You get that, Daniel, don't you? Scotty does not, and neither does Jill. Anyway, that's almost 2 hours, folks. Or well done, Daniel. Showing up just as we're leaving. If there's no more questions from the press.
Yeah, Daniel, if you've got any more questions, better get them in quick now.
Yeah, squeeze it in because Captain's tummy's rumbling.
Yeah. Oh,
and I've got to get the place ready for the roommate, Daniel. I've got to get everything ready for the roommate. I've got to lock down the couch as per Tony's warning. I've got to seal up the comics and the doubloons. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's 2 hours. That's champion. Right, we're just going to go into injury time.
I thought we were going to blow the hoot there. Go, out of time, Daniel.
Exactly. Now, I like to be aware of the precise 2 hours, but no, I like to allow for injury time or interruption time.
Yeah, well, if you want to stay on, like I can do another half hour.
I could no. I'd still have to go out. I'm starving. Going out would take me only 20 minutes. So if you had if we had Cam or Citizen or Scotty here, I mean, I can go out and come back in 20 minutes if you want to stay on. But if you're only going to stay on for half an hour, I'll be gone for 20 minutes to come back for 10 minutes. But I can do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's better. I mean, 2 hours, but yeah, look at Daniel said, yeah, but watch Accident Man. It is awesome. Yeah, it is.
All right. Do you know what? I'm putting it on my list, my to-do list. Accident Man. I mean, Jens has been recommending it for months, but now that Daniel said it, I'm going to pay attention.
Yeah, well, he's still waiting for Accident Man 3, and that's how much he loved Accident Man.
Oh, so there's a 2 then? They're not going to go 1 to 3.
Yeah. There's 1 and 2, even though number 2 is called Accident Man, Hitman's Holiday. It's one of them where they don't call it Accident Man 2, they call it Accident Man, Hitman's Holiday.
Or at least they didn't go and call it Accident Man Saga Episode 4, The Man of the Accident, like George motherfucking Lucas. So good. Okay. 2, and there's a third one on the way, is there, Jens? It's called Deliberate Man.
Yeah, well, it's got Atkins has got also it. There will be.
All right, but, I'm going to get onto my Accident Man.
Oh yeah, you watch it. You'll see why. Like I fucking loved it in that. Why anyone who watches it gets totally masculine up because they know fucking Scott Atkins is a masculine dude. And if you want to be like fucking Scott Atkins, be masculine in that, you got to fucking man up. But anyway,
get ready for your masculine action.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Craig Stevens for watching.
Show's over, folks.
Yeah. And and cheers to Daniel's topics for watching. Cheers, Daniel. And I'll be doing my stream.
Thanks for having me on, Jens, and thanks for letting me jump off and jump on again.
Oh yeah. Well, same. I'm fucking great. We have a good fucking masculine conversation and that. I mean, how masculine does it get? Fucking going through the James Bond fucking candidates,
options.
even though the film might be a pile of shit, depending on fucking how the fucking gonna fucking thingy. But hopefully they won't do, because I think they learn the lessons. As I say, if you do a James Bond film where he doesn't get any shags, he doesn't drive any fast cars,
and he doesn't get drunk, doesn't smoke a cigarette,
and he fucking dies at the end, then you're not gonna get as well.
You're not going to get any viewers, which is what happened.
Yeah,
even with Anna de Armas in it.
So I think they are going to. Yeah. So I think they are going to try and make him a bit more masculine than the Daniel Craig one, which won't be all hard to do from the last fucking one. And so how masculine was that in that shit?
That was nice. It was so masculine. I'm not even going to wait for the end of the show because it's so masculine that my stomach's starting to eat itself. So I'm
Well,
going to say thank you, Jens.
yeah,
Thank
cheers,
you, listener. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Scotty on the re-rub, Jim on the re-rub, Cam on the re-rub, DVB on the re-rub, Tony on the re-rub, all the re-rub listeners. Thank you. Thank you, Jens. And I got
cheers.
time to talk about time travel. Until next time.
Yeah. So I shall be doing a stream on Tuesday, probably the usual time and that. So thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.